Welcome to the Schwartz Art. My name is Mike Schwartz, and today is exciting to me. I finally got my coloring book published and ready to go. Here it is. Adventure in Color. As you can see all across the cover here, this is my not-for-sale demo version I got printed from Amazon. But I'm excited about it because it's there on Amazon now for sale. And it's pretty exciting. It's also for sale on Lulu. I put links in the description. Thought I'd fly through each page real quick and just kind of go, here it is, it's finished, finally done. The demo version of the book is a little more orange, but I've had a couple other prints done and gave some to some other people, and the colors seem to be pretty good. This should be a nice bright red, and as you can see, this is orange. But this is just, again, this is my demo version. The standard version looks really good. So let's flip through this real quick. Again, this was what I did over Inktober. There's 31 drawings in here. It's actually 34 drawings in here. I did draw back and do a couple more. I did a little opening page. You can scan the QR code to go to the YouTube channel and watch me draw each page, which is pretty cool. And the first 3 pages are just little drawings I did of each character individually. I didn't show me drawing these, so these are kind of a fun surprise for those that followed along. So we've got our fox, our grumpy chameleon, and our hero warrior dog, which is pretty fun. So I am going to go kind of quick on these, because there's 31 pages. I don't remember the prompt words, so that's going to be kind of fun too. So let's walk through the adventure. Here our adventurers are meeting in the inn for the first time, meeting each other, and deciding whether or not they want to go on their adventure. As they make their decision, they pass through town and explore a few things together, which is kind of fun. Lots of little characters here, thief stealing. Pretty cool. Coming back to these drawings in a book for me is kind of fun because they look really good. Here they go, meet the king, get the quest, and each character kind of has their own motivations, which is fun. A lot to color in this page, actually, lots of little chunks. This is them in the murky bog, following the footprints of the stag whose bounty is out there for them to hunt. They all have their own little thing that's going on. Here they find their prize, only to find out that that's a magic circle. And when they go to capture their prize, I like to think they get teleported into another space in their adventure, and antics will follow. Here they are fighting a giant porcupine. And our wizard lizard goes down, and our fox has to come and save him with a magic potion while the dog distracts the monster. And they find themselves in a cave system and get themselves attacked by starfish. And as they go through the cave, they find their way into a cool, I'd call it underground snake lair, and they all quickly grab a couple of items and trigger a bunch of traps. It's for you to imagine what happens to them. They escape the lair and find their trail blocked by a giant panda bear who they have to figure out how to get rid of. So the wizard creates a distraction, and the other two lift a heavy rock to bonk him on the head, knock him out. This one, I'd like to think that they found their way through the forest and through some magical means got shrunk down and are being swept away inside a giant house. They have to find their way out. So, a little surrealism here, hiding under a chair, big broom coming in, sweeping them away. And while they're shrunk down, they figure out that they have to get a larva from a beehive to create a potion to make them big again. That's what I'm saying. So they make their way through a beehive and have to make a daring escape. And That's why they're running through the stickiness there, being charged by a bunch of honeybees. I like to think that they got themselves big again, and through that somehow got captured by this raven character who steals the magic wand, only for the rogue to save the day before they get ground up in the furnace. From there, they make their way to a boat, get captured by pirates, and have a nice little duel on the deck, saving our dog friend from the watery drink. And they land on an island and have a misunderstanding with a giant elephant man. That's what we got going on here. This is, remember this one was trunk. We've got a trunk here and a trunk here. Double trunk. Wading through the dunes of the island, I think they find their way into a pyramid and have to fight off a bunch of mummies, while the two greedy characters find a cursed treasure. It's going to take our warrior paladin to rescue them and remove the curse. Trying to find their way back home, they end up in the jungle, and they're a bit hungry. And cold. It looks like hungry and cold. So not a warm jungle, I guess. And while looking for food, our wizard lizard finds some eggs just laying on the ground, but doesn't notice the dino mama behind it. I really like this page. I'm stopping here for a second. All the little sections that are easily, you could color alternating greens and blues or purples, whatever you want to do, and then you have this depth so you can go light to dark. Nice page. Find their way into a castle to fight a spider queen, and the thief is a little distracted. After successfully getting out of the spider nest, they make their way to the local town to take a rest and just enjoy a warm hearth and some card playing. From the warmth, we go to the cold. Quest sends them on to find, let's call it the Polar Bear King, and he decides to ice cube our puppy friend here, and the wizard has to block his attacks. Again, our thief comes in to save the day. I like this one with the swirly clouds and the action pose. On their way past that, they run into their rivals. This is I'd call it the Avengers page, where you have the good guys versus the not so good guys. But who knows, this is probably just a misunderstanding. These characters are on their crossing paths quests kind of thing. So we've got our chameleon versus frog, our dog versus dog, and our fox versus, let's say, a panther ninja girl. I like to think this page is after they get past their rivals. Their quest took them to steal a bunch of equipment from some pig guys. That's what we got here. So they're running away with their wagon while the pig guys have hot air balloons and are throwing bombs down. I like this page. This is the cover of the book. So if we flip back, we've got the cover of the book. Once they get their equipment, this is just let's say a monster ravaging the countryside, and they get sent to find it, and they find a giant stuffed bunny full of hay and a little tiny bunny creature that is the animator of said giant golem here, and they're working their way through that. From a frantic adventure, they need a nice little break, so they camp outside the kingdom here, in the nice starry night sky, and enjoy the fireflies and the constellations. A nice little break. But then they go into town, they need to make some money, so they join their wrestling circuit. And as you can see, they're collecting coins and bets and wagers, and the wizard lizard doesn't think that our puppy has a chance, so it gives him a chair. Any good wrestling match has a giant chair. And I'd like to think that the tiger guy is in on it, and they're just having a good time, and they split the profits and entertain the townfolk. But that night, while the entertainment is over and they're all trying to sleep, a giant dragon comes in and starts to burn the town down. And our intrepid heroes decide, it's not worth the fight. So they gather up a little family of bunny rabbits and run away and save some people. They find themselves in their adventure trapped in a, let's call it a haunted house or some kind of magician's house. And while they're in there, we have our lizard noticing the model on the table and looking in the window. And then the dog is looking out the window and he sees our chameleon friend. So we have this infinity loop going on, and our thief is trying to dig out of the box, only for him to be grabbing nothing. His little arm sticking out. And there's lots of little hidden features in this page. I guess not lots, but enough. So, nice little interior shot to color. Here our adventurers are attempting to help a local possum farmer on his onions, as he has one troublesome onion that he needs to take down. And our fox is negotiating price. Our friends find themselves on the road, going through a haunted graveyard, only to have to fight off a horde of skeletons. And I like to think skeletons are easy to take down in games, so they just do a little whack and attack. After taking that down, their adventure takes them to a nice little bridge where our dog hero teaches them how to go fishing. I like this one too, another little break, another little rest. Well, not for long. That rest takes them into, let's say, a castle where they get trapped and have to hide from a werewolf. And if you can find our chameleon friend, that's fun. And then this is our final page of the book, and in this book is them taking a long needed nap and rest, and them having a room full of the things that they've collected. And there is one item from every previous page in this page, so you can find something that's associated. That is the end of the coloring book. So yeah, again, this is available on Amazon and on lulu.com. I'll put links in the description for those of you who want a copy. And I'd love to hear your feedback. If you do get a copy, leave me a review. And go ahead and watch the previous videos if you haven't. And for those of you that have watched along for the whole trip, sorry about this video taking so long. Life gets busy. And I'm hoping to start another project soon. I'm not going to make any super promises. It's hard to start these projects, but I'd like to do a second adventure book like this, and I'd like to get it done before the end of January. So we'll see if I can pull that off. I'm hoping to scrap together some drawings. But again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all that.